Welcome to Central Valley Wedding and Special Events. I'm Shara Roderick, and I'm here with Beverly Gable of Frosted Cakery. Thanks for joining me, Beverly.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here,
Thank
and
you.
Especially since you are so close to us, you are right here in the Tower District.
I could have walked.
But you brought along some precious
Yes.
cargo, so
Yes,
I'm glad that you didn't. They might have not been as good a shake at that point.
Yes, or me.
So can you tell me a little bit about Frosted Cakery?
Sure. Well, we are a cakery. So that is a bakery, but we focus on cake. So anything basically frosted. So cakes, cupcakes, cake pops, just desserts. We do dessert tables. But, you know, our thing that we're known for is our cake and our cupcakes.
Well, and I can understand why, because you brought us some cupcakes,
Yes, I
and
did.
they are just adorable.
Thank you.
So is this fairly common that these cupcakes are so elaborately decorated, or is that something people have to special request?
Yeah, well, all of these we make daily.
Really? So
yeah.
you can walk in and get something with a taco on it or a
Yes.
unicorn
if
cupcake?
it's on our menu, yes.
Okay.
So you can pre-order the tacos. It's a
It's
double
just
chunk
so
brownie
cute. Oh, you got it
flavor with a brownie taco.
there. I like it. That
Yeah.
sounds like a good Taco Tuesday cupcake
Yes.
to me.
We started it, I think it was Father's Day we did it. It was like, if it sells, we keep it on.
Right.
And so it's like, it's just been on.
It's adorable.
Yeah, so-
And Fresno loves tacos,
They do.
so it
Yeah.
works out very well.
Tacos, not just for Tuesdays.
Absolutely not. And unicorn, of course,
Yes.
is all the rage
Everything
right now.
unicorn. Yeah, we have unicorn cookies, cake pops. This is our jumbo, and it is a cupcake, but it's like got so much going on that
You need
we
to eat
put
it
in
with a
cup.
fork,
Yes,
don't you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you eat this cupcake?
Yes, with a fork, and it's all edible. So it's like we call it our unicorn magic flavor. It's 3 different flavors
Oh.
magically put together, and then it has
Interesting.
a fruity marshmallow whipped cream filling.
Well, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, it is.
I like marshmallow. And then we have this cute little sundae one over here, too.
Yeah, chocolate sundae. But we do lots. Our most popular flavor has been our salted caramel, and it's a brown sugar cake with the caramel and
Okay.
sea salt.
That sounds delicious.
But our new flavor is kind of rivaling it. It's called honey butter.
Honey butter.
Yes. And people always say, well, what's in it? And it's like
Well,
butter and honey.
that sounds really good. I know I love honey butter to put on like cornbread, so
Oh,
is
you'll
this
love it.
similar to that?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to stop by and get one of
Yes,
those.
it's super good. Super good.
Now you do wedding cakes as well and
Yes, we
dessert
do.
tables. Can you tell me a little bit about the process of a bride coming in and choosing what type of wedding cake? Should they know before?
Sure. Well, you know, it's always nice to have some sort of direction. So usually the bride has some sort of idea of what she likes, or she comes in with some pictures. You know, thank goodness for Pinterest and
Right.
Instagram. But usually the first thing I ask is like, where is it going to be? How many guests are you expecting? Do you have a style? You know, is it rustic? Is it royal? You know, what is it?
Right.
What's your color scheme? You know, what are you using? You know, what's the cake table going to look like? And then we can kind of go from there, plus some pictures. If she says, you know, I like this, but we're only having this many people, or I like this and we're having way more people, what can we do? So a lot of the bigger weddings, instead of just having a super really tall cake, which there's nothing wrong with that, those
Right.
are fun, is to do cake trios. Maybe you do, you know, a 2-tier, a 3-tier, a single tier, all together.
That sounds cute too.
It
Just
is.
decor-wise.
Yeah, it's fun. So it's kind of like having, you know, a cake buffet. So,
Well, there's nothing wrong
Nothing
with a cake
wrong with
buffet.
that.
It sounds like a good buffet.
oh yeah. And a lot of times people are having not just cake, but they're having desserts. So
True.
maybe you have desserts for the big, you know, like you have hors d'oeuvres. You know, so when you're serving your hors d'oeuvres, you have some desserts. You know, like French macaroons, or, you know, cake shooters, which could be any flavor. Mini cupcakes, standard cupcakes. And then that way, you know, you still have your cake for serving at that time. So
And see, I love the idea of doing a dessert bar. That's what I'm doing for my wedding. I'm
Is
doing
it?
a small cake because I do want to have that experience of cutting,
sure.
but then still have the dessert
yeah,
bar. And I think it's
yeah.
such a fun and different way to
Right.
do the dessert portion of the wedding.
And you know, your cake and your dessert is, it is for the bride and groom, but it's also to share with your guests, to say thank you for coming, thank you for taking the time to come to my wedding to celebrate with us, and you want them to have something good.
Absolutely. And maybe even giving them a little choice instead of everybody has to have the same flavor.
Exactly.
They get to pick and choose. Yeah. And I love that idea.
Yeah. And some venues have been, some of them, find out, are they charging to serve the cake? Does that, is that something that you have in your budget or you don't have in your budget?
That's a great
point. If
point.
You don't, do desserts, have the cake for yourself, then you alleviate that fee if they have it.
That's a great tip. Now, I do want to point out of these cupcakes on the table, I do have a favorite, and that's the little doggy cupcake here. Can you tell me a little bit about your doggy treat?
So we call that a pup cake.
Oh my gosh, I love it. A pup cake.
It's a pup cake. And we started making them because the bulldog, Victory. Oh my gosh.
I think it's Victory the second now, isn't it?
Yes, had a first birthday. And so they said, hey, can you make him a cake? So we're like, okay. So we came up with a recipe, and it was awfully cute. So we're like, well, we can make pup cakes because, we love our dogs.
We do.
And we started it, and, it, we went kind of slow. But then Valentine's came along, and we're like, it was in one of our top flavors sold.
Really?
On
for Valentine's Day?
Yes,
How
we had to keep
interesting.
rebaking them that day because we're like, we didn't expect it. But Valentine's is for whoever you love.
That makes sense. I always call my little guy my little sweetheart.
Yes,
so yes, that falls right in. Now, what does this taste like? Is this something a human would enjoy too?
No.
Okay.
Well, maybe some. I don't know, but we did have somebody at one of my employees tried it. But it's flour, peanut butter, honey, shredded carrots, eggs, and whipped cream. So it's really, there's nothing in there that's going to harm a person unless you're allergic to it. But it's
but you might just prefer to have one of the other flavors.
Yeah,
gotcha. But the puppies enjoy it.
Oh, they do. And then we can make it into a cake as well, and then we'll put bacon on the side of it. And
so if you're having a doggy birthday party, you can do a large pup cake.
Yes, you can.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Beverly, thank you so much for stopping by. It was great to have you with us, and thank you for bringing some treats along as well.
You guys get to eat them.
We always like that.
Or take it to your dog.
This one's going home to Charlie, I'll tell you now.
Okay.
Thank you again.
You.